Imagine, if you will, the hushed corridors of the Kremlin in the 1970s, thick with the kind of tension only the Cold War could conjure. The air was rife with whispers of potential threats, a gnawing paranoia that the United States might, at any moment, launch a devastating assault on the Soviet Union's most prized and vulnerable assets, their spacecraft. In this high-stakes game of global power, every satellite, every orbital outpost represented not just a scientific achievement, but a vital strategic tool. To lose one or to have it compromised was unthinkable. It was out of this deep-seated fear and a relentless drive for technological supremacy that a truly extraordinary and deeply clandestine project began to take shape. The Soviets decided they needed a way to defend their orbital assets, not with missiles, but with something far more direct, something utterly unexpected, an artillery weapon operated in the vacuum of space. This wasn't some far-fetched concept from a science fiction novel. This was the Soviet space cannon, a highly secretive endeavor that would push the boundaries of conventional warfare into an entirely new dimension. The weapon, known as the R-23M Kartek, was the brainchild of a brilliant mind named Aaron Richter. His design was nothing short of revolutionary. Picture a cannon capable of firing thousands of shots per minute, a relentless barrage in the void. It was a 14.5mm cannon, propelling 200-gram shells at an astonishing speed of 690 meters per second. To put that into perspective, during its ground tests, this formidable weapon reportedly demonstrated its power by penetrating a thick metal canister from a mile away. The sheer destructive potential, even in atmosphere, was undeniable. The chosen platform for this unprecedented weapon was equally shrouded in secrecy: the Almaz space station. Named after the Russian word for diamond, Almaz was far more than just another orbital laboratory. It was one of the most classified Soviet projects of the Cold War, a formidable military outpost situated at the very edges of Earth's atmosphere. Fitted with sophisticated spy technology, Almaz was designed to keep a watchful, unblinking eye on the West, gathering intelligence and projecting Soviet power from above. But with the addition of the R-23M Kartek as a self-defense system, Almaz transformed into something even more potent: a guardian and potentially an aggressor. For decades, the Kremlin vehemently denied any suggestion that they had weaponized their spy stations in orbit. The official narrative maintained that space was for peaceful exploration and scientific advancement, a message carefully crafted for international consumption. Yet behind the Iron Curtain, a different reality was unfolding, a reality that would only come to light many years later, long after the Cold War had faded into history. It was eventually revealed that not only had the Soviets successfully built this audacious space cannon, but they had also, incredibly, fired it in space. The date was January 24, 1975. A team of Soviet officials and engineers carried out a secret test firing from the Almaz station. Imagine that moment. Far above the Earth, a weapon designed for terrestrial warfare, adapted for the silent, unforgiving vacuum, was brought to life. Around 20 shells were blasted into the vast emptiness, a truly momentous, if terrifying, display of power. And in a testament to the meticulous engineering involved, the Almaz crew even fired the craft's jet thrusters to precisely balance out the powerful recoil generated by the cannon, ensuring the stability amidst the unprecedented experiment. The results of this pioneering and frankly quite audacious test have never been officially released to the public. We can only speculate about the full extent of its success, the precision of its aim, or the ultimate implications of such a feat. However, what we do know is that when the time came to update the Almaz design, the Soviets made a significant strategic shift. Instead of continuing with the cannon, they decided to replace it with a pair of interceptor missiles. This decision hints at a deeper understanding of the challenges of space warfare, perhaps recognizing the limitations of a projectile weapon in a dynamic orbital environment, or perhaps simply seeing a greater strategic advantage in the flexibility offered by missiles. The story of the Soviet space cannon remains a compelling, almost unbelievable. It speaks volumes about the lengths to which nations were willing to go, the ingenuity they employed, and the profound secrecy they maintained in their pursuit of dominance. It reminds us that even in the serene expanse of space, the echoes of earthly conflicts can resonate, prompting the development of technologies that blur the lines between defense and aggression. This secret project, once a source of intense paranoia and groundbreaking innovation, stands as a testament to an era when the future of warfare was being imagined and quietly built among the stars. What are your thoughts on this incredible piece of Cold War history? Does the idea of a space cannon surprise you? Share your reflections in the comments below. And if you found this journey into the secret history of space exploration as fascinating as I did, consider following for more stories from the hidden corners of our past.